What's up, traders, and welcome back to a top-down analysis video. Today's main focus is going to be gold, and we're going to go over the technicals, and then we'll just be on the lookout for some of the reports that I'll show you guys in a minute here. So let's go over the technicals first here. What we're looking at right now is the daily time frame on gold, and just to have a quick overview of what's been going on gold throughout the last couple of weeks. As we've known, gold has been very bullish over the past couple of weeks on the higher time frames, but as you can see here over the past couple of days, we have been experiencing some pullbacks. But we're going to take a look at these zones here, and I'm going to explain myself why I personally am still bullish on gold despite the pullbacks that we have been getting over the past couple of days. So let's start off by marking off this daily support here around 28.55, and of course we'll adjust that as needed once we start diving into the lower time frames with the intraday time frames like the 4-hour and the 1-hour. So I'm going to mark off this support. I'll mark off all-time highs just for kind of to have visual representation of where all-time highs are and where we're likely to continue heading towards. And now let's go over to the 4-hour zone here. So on the 4-hour, we can see 28.55. It's a good zone. We have clean rejections to the left here, as we can see that. And then we do have a new zone just around 28.63s, around this area. And then we are starting to get some, which we'll see on the 1-hour more clear. We're starting to get some sort of resistance that's being created just around the zone that we're starting to trade at. So I'm going to mark off 28.95 more or less to about 28.93 as like the resistance, whereas you can see towards the left we have clean rejections. As you can see, clean rejection here, rejections, all of these rejections here. So it is a good zone to take a look at. On the 1-hour, we can also mark off this zone, which is kind of like these previous highs right here around 28.77, and then where price retested during the afternoon session right here, as you can see. So we know that there is buyers around this zone, right? So now, again, let me explain myself. I'm going to put just one more zone, which is the high of this range here, as a potential target in case price does just continue to break above 28.95s. We are most likely going to head up into this resistance here. So, like I said in the beginning of the video, on the higher time frames, let's take a look at that one more time. Daily time frame on gold, in my opinion, still bullish despite the pullbacks that we're getting. Why am I still bullish on gold? Because as you can see, off of this zone of 28.55, if we go and we look at that on the 1-hour here, you can see a lot more clear on the 1-hour. 28.55, just above this area. Yeah, 28.54, 28.55, more or less around that zone. We can see in the past, when price gets above that area, we do have significant moves towards the upside. Here was a short-lived move, which was basically price creating these all-time highs here. So let me just show you all-time highs. We experienced some pullbacks, but again, above the 28.55s, above the 28.60s, gold does continue to push towards the upside. You can see that heavy push towards the upside we had here. Price created all-time highs. We did a pullback basically down into the 28.63s and then continued to push off of that area. So again, yes, I understand that we are getting some pullbacks on gold, but in my opinion, unless gold is trading back below the 28.63s, I wouldn't really look to say I'm bearish on gold. So with that being said, anything above the 28.63s, I'm really just going to be looking out for buys. So the way I would set myself up for the upcoming days is I'm going to wait for price to do either some pullbacks overnight, whether it's pullbacks into the 28.78 or a deeper pullback into 28.63 for continued longs. So we have these two options. Again, a deep pullback, a semi-deep pullback, let's call it that. Or if buyers are going to be very strong, we're not going to get any pullbacks. We'll just look for some breaks and retest off this zone and possibly into this area. Doesn't mean that you have to hold the buy from here to this area. We're just saying that, as you can see to the left, we have price above this area. We have a clean range right here, which is all of these bearish candles that we can potentially correct. So that's why I'm setting myself up in case we do just continue to break above these highs. I would most likely look to take a break and retest setup. And again, look for 50, 60 pips, whatever it may be. This is where everybody's trading styles differ, but those would be the main ideas. Now, for the sells, like I was explaining earlier, because I know some people like to take counter trend trades, if price does get below the 28.78 and we start to break below this support that was created here for us, then I would be at least on the lookout for some short-term moves towards the downside into the 28.63s. And then I would really just continue to look for sells once price gets below 28.63 and starts to break lower, potentially going down into these lows here. So fairly simple analysis. Again, just going to be looking out for continued buys. And to end this video, just to have a quick reminder, if you are going to be trading gold this week, these are going to be the main reports that I would be on the lookout for. So mainly, I would be on the lookout for the labor market reports. So that would basically mean, I believe it's this one right here, 8:15 in the morning on Wednesday, March 5th. We have ADP employment change, a few PMI reports, but most importantly is going to be the labor market report. On Thursday, we have jobless claims, and then the most important of all is NFP on Friday. So we have NFP, we have unemployment rates, and we have some wages to be on the lookout for. Let me just take one quick glance at this here, make sure we're not missing anything. Looks like that should be it. Yeah, really just the labor market reports that we have to be on the lookout for. Other than that, just focus on the price action. Pay attention to how price is reacting at these levels that we have marked off. Obviously, if you have other zones, please mark up your own zones, do your own analysis. But I believe this is a fairly a good guide for you to be able to understand and see the best zones, at least in my opinion, to look out for potential trades on gold. So appreciate you guys for being here as always, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.